Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been quite a while. Last time I did a video was the end of December, saying what I was going to do with my channel this year. Well, life got in the way. Work has been hectic, and now with the pandemic upon us, work has been even busier because, well, people are dropping like flies. Not so much dying, we haven't had anyone die yet, but a lot of people get quarantined for precautionary reasons, and a few people who have got it at my job. Now, so I've not been able to do any shotgun or ammo videos this year. Nothing else supposed to do this year, but decided, because time is so short and I'm home because nothing's open anyway, I do a video. So today's video is what gun to buy at the very last minute during the pandemic or any emergency situation, economic meltdown, coronavirus, swine flu, I don't care what pandemic it is, and you have never owned a gun before, and you have zero to very little experience firing any gun. So I'm going to try to do this as best I can. I made this video simplified because, again, if you don't have much experience with guns, I'm just going to make it simple. I'm going to go you with the best ones I think there is for the job at this time. Now, if you want a handgun, whether to keep on you or for home defense or for on your person you go out, alright, first of all, you better know your local laws anyway. You better know all your self-defense laws. Don't go do some and don't go looking for trouble. The first job about keeping safe is one, keep a gun on you, and two, if you can, run away from it. The legal headaches are not worth it. But should you need to defend your home or your person or your family, I'm gonna give you a few choices here. First of all, for you people who prefer a handgun, I don't blame you, because it is the smallest thing to store in your house. It's easy to store. Obviously the easiest thing to keep on your person. Now, if you're buying at the last minute, this is not going to apply to a lot of you, because a lot of you, especially in a state like New York, if you didn't go out and buy a handgun right now, it's not happening, because unless you have a permit, they're not going to give you one. And most permits in most counties are backlogged, and now with this pandemic, they're definitely backlogged. So if you live in a constitutional state where there is no permit to carry, like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Kentucky, Arizona, Alaska, and there's a few of them out there, I don't know offhand, but I think that we have 16 constitutional states altogether, and I think Tennessee's going to join us. But if you don't need a permit to buy a handgun, or you already have a permit and you never bought a handgun yet, well, this is what I'm going to offer you right here. First of all, I'm going to give you only one or two, really. One, I'm going to give you the Glock. Now, if you've seen my channel before, I am a Glock guy. I love Glocks. This is what I carry on and off duty now. I prefer getting one at 9mm because it is the easiest ammo to get. These guns only have 36 parts. It is easy to find parts at any gun store. It is easy to find 9mm at any gun store. It's the most sold gun in the country. So finding accessories, holsters, whatever you want on it, is very simple. If your gun breaks, every gun store is going to have Glock parts. If you need ammo, every store has 9mm. If you need accessory, every store is going to have it for a Glock. It is the two most type of guns sold in the United States are Glocks and 1911s. So, pretty simple. That's it. There are no controls. These are the controls right here. Here's your slide lock. Very easy to use. Now, for someone who's never shot a gun, you may look at this and be intimidated. Yes, I know. I get it. Listen, I was new too at this. I was a New York City boy who had to grow up and learn on his own because my state sucks. Let me see. I'm going to try to find a magazine here for you. Boy. This is a Glock 17. It's a full-size handgun. Holds 17 rounds. This is a Glock 19. Same thing, A little smaller on the handles, a little smaller here. This holds 15 plus 1 rounds. Again, these are the magazines for them. Magazines are very easy to get in any gun store. You'll find Glock magazines everywhere, so this is very important. Again, you're going to fill your magazines with bullets. Put magazine in, that latch right there, and you're locked and loaded. Now, one important thing to know, if you take the magazine out of the bullet in the chamber, this gun will fire without the magazine in it. So you should know that. But always treat your gun like it's totally loaded anyway. Type of ammo I recommend for you people who never shot before, anything 147 grain. I use Federal 147 grain hollow jacketed hollow points. That's what my department uses. I say 147 grain because according to Glock, 147 grain is the most accurate out of Glock pistols. There are plenty of these new in the market, and also a whole bunch used on the market. So if you just want to buy a gun for now and get rid of it right away because you have no interest in it, you're going to find plenty of 9mm Glocks on the market cheap. I'm not sure about now with the demand, but they're on the market, new or used. You get them at pretty good prices. Next gun I recommend, a good old-fashioned revolver. Why? They're reliable and they're very easy. All you do is load 6 bullets there, and that's it. You're ready to go. There's no pulling back the slide on this to open this. You hit the slide here. There's a Smith & Wesson, and that's it. To let the bullets out, hit the rod right there, and they will fall out. Now, revolvers are expensive new, especially Smith & Wesson, but you can get revolvers on the market used for a lot cheaper, especially something like this. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 10. Every police department in the country at one time was using this gun. The way they're using Glocks now, this is what they used before the age of semi-automatic. So there are plenty of these used on the market. You can easily find these things for well under $300. I bought this for $150 used, I'm going to say about 8-9 years ago. But they're very reliable, they're very cheap, very dependable. This is the same thing here. This is more compact. This is a 5-shot, whereas this is a 6-shot. Again, these now go for about, I'm going to say about $9 new, but on the used market, much cheaper. Same thing with the Model 10. $700 is the manufacturer list price for this gun, but you can get them way cheaper used. Ammunition, I recommend getting a 38 Special if you want one. If you want a revolver, again, because it is the easiest ammo to find for a revolver. It is by far the most used. That and 357 Magnum. But if you're new to guns, you never fired before, make it simple for you. A 357 Magnum and a gun this small is very overpowering and very intimidating. Again, so for handguns, for you people who live in constitutional carry states, or maybe you have a permit and you never bought one on it and it's still good, I'm going Glock or I'm going Revolver. Now, for you people in a state like New York and you have no permit and you can't get a permit, you may need a long gun. And you want something cheap, and you only want something for the time being, is a Kel-Tec Sub 2K. It is a foldable gun. And depending which one you get, they also take Glock magazines. They have different magazines. So if you're carrying a Glock, if you have a Glock gun, you want a long gun, you got use the same magazines for both this and your Glock pistol. So that's one less thing to keep track of. Buy a whole bunch of Glock magazines, and these are good to go. And again, a 9mm, easiest round to find. And a long gun, I'm not worried about what kind of ammo you use as far as 115 grain or 147 grain. Once you put a handgun round in a long gun barrel, it's going to be much more accurate than any handgun will ever be. The only problem with this, even though these are easy to use, these are very, very hard to find. And to unlock it, lift the trigger guard, folds really, really easily. Another one I like in the market is a Ruger PC Carbon rifle. Now the problem with that last gun I just showed you, the Kel-Tec, in a lot of states where you have assault weapons banned in your state, you're not going to be able to get that. But here's something that's pretty much legal in all 50 states. This is a Ruger rifle that holds, again, a handgun cartridge. So again, finding 9mm ammo for something like this is going to be very easy. And again, depending what your setup is, you can use the same magazines in your Glock handgun as well, if you wanted to have both. Or if you want to use a Ruger rifle or magazines, you can do that also. Now, how's it done that? Well, there's a conversion kit in here that takes the Glock magazines. You take it out, put the other one in, and it'll take the Ruger magazines. But again, a 9mm and the long gun is more powerful and more easy to use, and not very hard to use either. See how easy it is to lock it back? You load a magazine and you're ready to go. Here's your safety right there. Sights are pretty easy to use, and a rifle at point blank range, you're not gonna miss. Obviously, this is for home defense. If you want to keep in your car, that's cool too. The good thing about it comes apart, like you said, like you saw. Here's the button right here. Lift that up. Okay, one thing. I should also tell you, you've got to keep this thing back like this if it's going to come off. So keep that back. There you go. And it can easily fit into a duffel bag I just showed you. The bag I bought separate with it. Or you just find a backpack big enough, you keep there also. Now, maybe you don't like 9mm, maybe you're very intimidated, you only want something simple like a 22. Well, Ruger has something like this in a 22 called the Ruger 1022. Takes 22 bullets. Bullets are very easy to find for 22 right now, and they're very, very cheap. So, these are the two options I recommend for people who live in restrictive states, and as for this one, not so... no, for restricted states, and the other one, the foldable gun you saw there, for very non-restricted states. Again, ammo for this, use any police duty ammo in a 9mm, same thing with the Kel-Tec I showed you. Once you put a long gun and a 9mm cartridge or any rifle, handgun round and a long gun, the bullet automatically becomes that much more accurate and actually becomes a little bit more powerful. Now, is it going to have the same performance as a rifle round? No, it won't. Don't let anyone fool you. But with this, it won't be as loud in your house as a handgun will. Be easy to control, and your natural point of aim with a rifle is just much better than any handgun will be. So, this is what I recommend for you last-minute people who never have any experience in guns or very little and don't have much money to spend. This is going for anywhere between $400 or $500. Same thing with the Kel-Tec here. Kel-Tec is going for about $400 or $500 also. Glock's brand new, could go up to $700 brand new. Used, you get them under $40. The 2 revolvers I showed you, you can find those used for about under $400 also. Again, if you just want to have it for now, give it back at the end, that's fine. If you're going to keep the gun, I highly recommend you get some training. You go to an NRA safety course, you go to some type of training. Hey, look, I bought this gun. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know how to use it. Can you teach me? I really recommend that. And also, get to know the self-defense laws of your state. If you're in a state like New York, where things are very gray and vague, you better know what you're doing. In a state like, say, Oklahoma and Florida, where they have stand your ground laws and the castle doctrine, the laws are more friendly there. But like I said, if you could avoid something, avoid it. That's the number one thing. Even if you're an experienced gun owner and you're an experienced shooter, avoid it. The legal headaches are just that. They're pretty much. It's not gonna go away in a week's time. It's months and months and years. So you don't need that headache. So if you can avoid it, this whole thing, avoid it, please do. And by the way, if you want to know if the Ruger 1022 can be taken down like this, yes. If you get the takedown model like this, you could take your 22 caliber rifle and do the same thing if you buy the Ruger 1022 takedown. There's a Ruger PC carbon takedown. This shoots 9. The Ruger 1022 shoots a 22. The 22 rifle is going to be a little bit cheaper, and it's also going to be a little bit lighter because it's a smaller bullet, and which means usually the rifles are just that much more lighter. So there you go, folks. Let me know what you think. I suggest that you plan ahead next time for any last minute emergency, whether it's an economic meltdown, a pandemic, natural disaster, or the day after natural disaster. Anyway, for you new shooters out there, you new gun owners, welcome aboard. I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, because I want you to stay on board. We need more gun owners. We need more good people with guns. But we also need you guys to be ready. We need to be prepared mentally, know your laws, and know also when to run away and know when you have no choice. So, folks, we'll talk to you later. We'll all have a good day now.